And I kind of had this thought today. And this is being someone, and I feel like I have a sense of this because this is being someone who in 2016, when I was 19 years old, bought into Donald Trump and was like, yes, I don't like, and even at the time, I didn't like, and I think this was the mentality of a lot of people voted for him the first time. They kind of acknowledged, yeah, this guy's a piece of shit. He's kind of scummy, etc. But at the same time, he really does seem like he's going to come and fuck shit up. And I think what happened is in his presidency, he clearly showed that he could not fuck shit up. And he really became the establishment, right? And I think in a way, this is what is going to happen with art. Not even going to happen. I don't think it is. But if it did happen, I think this is exactly what it would be. I think even if he runs independent, I just feel like he's just going to become an establishment an establishment Democrat. I think, look, this is the whole, and I just think this is really interesting in terms of like scale. With his look, I think the issue of Israel is really interesting, right? Like how the U.S., not only the U.S., but all three like major and serious presidential candidates, all seem to have a pro-Israel stance. I mean, even Trump was like, what did he say? He said like, get it done, get it over with. I really do believe that, I rooted for RFK for, a minute. And recently I've just kind of lost a change of heart for him. I do kind of wonder if he is just, once again, another, elite, not even just like he's just going to become another political power force. Like he's going to be no different than the rest. So I think that's something for people to consider. People maybe like how I was formerly, who are very pro RFK Jr., whatever. I think people should kind of look into what kind of things he's been into in the past. Kind of how I feel like, look, I mean, I think this is the problem with politics, right? Is there's always endorsements that need to be had. You need to be like, okay, I'm team this, team that. Like that just seems to be how the corporate press and the media zeitgeist is. Like you can't just be a senator or whatever, or Congress or whatever, and just be like, oh, or I guess not even that. Like you can't be a presidential candidate for certain parties and then be like, oh, I don't endorse Bernie Sanders or whatever, or Hillary Clinton or Biden or whatever. Even if you rail against them, like at the end of the day, you just end up endorsing them, right? Because you have to, because that's how it works. That's how the game works. And I mean, there's plenty of times where RFK has done that. I mean, despite, what the government has probably done to his family, right? I'll give him this credit. I think JFK, originally his uncle, was probably the last true American president. Probably the most libertarian president that we've never had one more libertarian than him since. Very much small government. He wanted to take down a lot of these government agencies that were growing and coming down. That probably ended up ultimately killing him, in my mind. And yeah, I think it's interesting to see where that's going.